Hey guys, this is Brett with Numbers Up Finance. I'm gonna do a market wrap for Tuesday, March 19th. Gonna take a look at the volatility indicator and the S&P futures. Today, this chart I have for you is the daily chart of TVIX. TVIX is a double leveraged volatility indicator, so slash VX that I'm usually looking at. Would essentially just be the single leverage volatility indicator. They essentially follow the same pattern, but TVIX moves twice as much as slash VX does. However, VX is a future compared to TVIX is a normal ticker, which is traded only during market hours. The reason for this switch when I'm looking at TVIX, we look here real closely from 318, we had a close here around 25.50. On the wrong drawing tool, sorry. TVIX has a close here on Monday, March 18th at around 25.50 and an open, down around 25 flat, a 2% drop off. Now that's the TVIX swing from Monday to Tuesday. If you look at the future slash VX, I talked about this in my last video. From the Monday candle to Tuesday, we had a close here on Monday around 12.94 and an open at about 15 flat. That is a 15%, almost 16% move upwards. And being that TVIX is double leveraged of this slash VX, you would have expected a 30% jump in TVIX. I'm going to be honest, I do not know how to explain this necessarily, and that's why I don't necessarily want to be giving too much merit to the price levels I have drawn here on the slash VX charts. I'd rather just pay attention to the double leverage TVIX now because those patterns are still, valid, what I've been following. So TVIX, this is the ticker that I typically will trade when trying to short the market. The thing here is it's a very high risk, high reward. We're looking movements. Some of these sell targets are 100%, 40%, even 240%, and downward. Even if we hit a brand new low at 24.74, we're not dropping any more than 10%. So that's my whole gig with TVIX here. If that interests you guys in trading. Anyway, more on the story. TVIX today had a pretty big bounce. Look at how clear that is, bouncing off this solid price level here at about 25 flat. Didn't dip any further below that, and bounced right off of it as a support level. And that is definitely a significant support considering, the annual low. Again, this is the daily chart over the course of the entire year. It has never dipped below 24.74, so seeing it bounce off that is definitely significant, and that's just playing out more for the bearish case for the market in the near future. I would expect the market to turn bearish pretty soon, and VIX to be making some pretty large spikes depending on how volatile the sell-off is. Again, the bearish divergence is still in play. We see it's reached again a new low on the open today on that green stick on Tuesday, March 19th. And still we have our MACD making higher lows, so the bearish divergence is still in play. And we are at the pretty much utmost solid support level for TVIX. Definitely a good time to be buying in, and definitely a good case for a bearish rally here to come. Check out the S&P futures real quick on the daily chart. Obviously, we've had this move above our quadruple top the past couple days. This was a volatile candle here on March 19th. It closed. If you look here, I try not to show you my actual SPY chart because it's a little junked up with my markings, but the March 19th candle actually closed at about the same exact price that it closed on Monday, March 18th. That's important. Closing prices are typically the most significant prices I like to pay attention to, and if the market's going to be, reaching this level here around 282.34 and closing there, It's seeming like a pretty significant top, and we have pretty big wicks on the upper and lower side of this candle. We see some volatile movement. Again, another case indicative of a future sell-off. So just checking out these futures real quick. It's a pretty flat candlestick so far, but we already see this wick here. These futures trade 24/7, so since market close, this is going to be the 320 candle. This is Wednesday's candle. Since market close, we actually did have a dip down, but now it's pretty flattened out, so we'll see how that looks at pre-market tomorrow morning. Things to pay attention to: this 50-day SMA moving towards the 200. A lot of times these crosses result in like major sell-offs or buy-ins. Here we had the 50 dip under the 200 for the first time in a long time, and you know that resulted in a 3% sell-off day, which is massive. So it's definitely something to pay attention to see if to watch as this gets closer to the 200 every day, because it could potentially have a reverse effect. You know, see a 3% buy-in, or maybe even a candle as giant as this, 5% buy-in on December 26th. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, definitely favoring some bearish movement in the market in the near future. If this helped, if you like some of the tickers we're showing you, the momentum indicators we're using, some of these price levels we talk about, definitely like, comment, ask questions if you have them. Subscribe to our channel. That helps us out a lot and lets us know to keep doing this. So get your numbers up. See ya.